If 70s music is your jam, you're in the right place. We're exploring unforgettable, one-hit wonders of the 1970s. These songs burst onto the scene, captured our hearts, and then, well, many of the artists faded into the background. But they're hits. They live on in our collective memory. Let's get started. Spirit in the Sky by Norman Greenbaum is an iconic one-hit wonder from 1970. This song, with its guitar riffs and gospel-inspired lyrics, is a perfect blend of rock and spirituality. Greenbaum's intent was to create a spiritual song that would transcend religious boundaries, and he succeeded. While Spirit in the Sky was embraced by many for its uplifting message, it also faced criticism from some religious groups who felt the song's casual approach to spirituality was disrespectful. Fun fact: Norman Greenbaum was inspired to write Spirit in the Sky after watching a Western movie where a character's death scene was accompanied by a musical score. Who could forget the Ooga Chaka chant that kicks off Blue Suede's Hooked on a Feeling? This 1974 hit was actually a cover of B.J. Thomas's 1968 version. But Blue Suede's rendition, with its unforgettable chant, took the song to new heights. The Swedish band's energetic performance made the track an instant favorite. However, the song wasn't without its critics. Some purists felt that the Ooga Chaka chant was gimmicky and detracted from the song's original melody. Despite the mixed reviews, fans loved the catchy, feel-good nature of the track, and it remains a beloved classic. Fun fact: the Ooga Chaka chant that became so iconic wasn't originally part of the song. It was added by British artist Jonathan King in his 1971 cover, which Blue Suede later adopted for their version, creating the memorable hit we know today. As the decade drew to a close, My Shirona by The Knack emerged as one of the defining songs of 1979. With its catchy guitar riff and infectious energy, this power pop hit quickly climbed the charts. The song's straightforward rock sound and relatable lyrics about youthful desire struck a chord with listeners everywhere. Despite its success, My Shirona faced its share of criticism. Some saw The Knack as a band that was too much like those of earlier rock acts, while others felt the song's lyrics were overly simplistic. Nevertheless, the song's undeniable catchiness ensured its lasting popularity. Fun fact: My Shirona was inspired by a real person, Shirona Alperin, who was the girlfriend of the band's lead singer, Doug Fieger. Alperin later became a successful real estate agent in Los Angeles, forever linked to the song that bore her name. Hey, if you're loving this trip down memory lane, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up, and tell us in the comments, what's your favorite one-hit wonder from the 70s? Now, let's keep this groove train moving. Brandy, You're a Fine Girl by Looking Glass is another gem from the early 70s. Released in 1972, this song tells the story of a barmaid named Brandy who pines for a sailor's love that she can never truly have.
And there's a girl in this harbor town and she works.
The combination of rich storytelling and a catchy melody made this song a standout hit. The song's nautical theme and bittersweet lyrics resonated with many, but it also faced criticism for its perceived sentimentality. Some critics felt that the song was too sappy and lacked the edge of other rock hits of the time. Despite this, Brandy has remained a beloved classic, often featured in movies and TV shows. Fun fact: lead singer Elliot Lurie wrote Brandy while he was in college. The song was initially not considered for release until a record label executive heard it and recognized its potential to become a hit. Ram Jam's Black Betty is a high-energy rock anthem that burst onto the scene in 1977. The song, with its driving beat and powerful vocals, was a reinterpretation of an old African-American work song. Its raw energy and catchy chorus made it a hit, securing Ron Jam's place in rock history. Despite its success, Black Betty faced significant controversy. The NAACP and other civil rights groups criticized the song for its perceived racial insensitivity. The band maintained that their version was a tribute, not an exploitation, but the debate over the song's cultural implications continues to this day. Fun fact: Black Betty was originally recorded by a bluesman in the 1930s. Ran Jam's version added a hard rock twist, but the song's roots can be traced back to traditional American folk music. Magic by Pilot is a quintessential feel-good song from 1974. With its upbeat melody and catchy chorus, it quickly became a favorite on the airwaves.
Ho, 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 it's magic.
The song's positive energy and infectious optimism made it a hit that still brings smiles to listeners' faces today. Despite its cheerful sound, Magic faced some criticism for being overly simplistic and lightweight. Some critics felt that it lacked the depth of other contemporary hits. However, fans embraced its simplicity, and the song has remained a beloved pop classic. Fun fact, the band Pilot was formed by former members of the Bay City Rollers. Magic was their debut single, and its success helped establish them as a notable act in the 70s music scene. Alright, Way Back USA fans, are you feeling the magic yet? If you haven't already, hit that bell icon to get notified of our latest videos. And let us know in the comments, which one-hit wonder do you think deserves more love? Let's keep this going. Rock On by David Essex is a unique blend of rock and funk that captured the essence of the early 70s. Released in 1973, this song's minimalist instrumentation and haunting vocals created a distinctive sound that stood out on the charts.
Hey, dear, rock and roll, rock on.
Its brooding, atmospheric vibe made it an instant classic. The song's unconventional style and cryptic lyrics intrigued listeners, but it also faced criticism for being too advanced. Some felt that its sparse arrangement was too experimental for mainstream audiences. Nevertheless, Rock On has endeared as a cult favorite, admired for its originality. Fun fact, David Essex recorded Rock On in a single take. The song's signature bass line was played on a Moog synthesizer, adding to its futuristic sound. Vehicle by the Ides of March is a brass-heavy rock track that exploded onto the scene in 1970. The song's powerful horns and driving rhythm made it a standout hit, showcasing the band's musical versatility. Its catchy hook and energetic performance made it a favorite among rock enthusiasts. Despite its popularity, Vehicle was sometimes criticized for its style. Some critics felt that the song's heavy brass arrangement was over the top. However, its bold sound and infectious energy ensured its lasting appeal. Fun fact, the lyrics of Vehicle were inspired by a real-life experience. Lead singer Jim Peterick wrote the song after he kept giving rides to a girl he was dating, jokingly referring to himself as her vehicle. Come and Get Your Love by Redbone is a feel-good anthem from 1974. This Native American rock band combined elements of funk and rock to create a unique sound that resonated with a wide audience. The song's catchy chorus and upbeat vibe made it an instant hit. The song's cultural impact was significant, as it brought Native American music into the mainstream. However, some critics felt that the band's commercial success overshadowed their cultural contributions. Despite this, Come and Get Your Love remains a beloved classic, celebrated for its joyous energy. Fun fact, Redbone's name is a nod to the band's heritage, as Redbone is a Cajun term for a mixed-race person. Stuck in the Middle with You by Steelers Wheel is a folk rock classic from 1973. The song's catchy melody and quirky lyrics made it a standout hit.
Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you.
Its playful take on feeling out of place resonated with many listeners, making it a favorite on the charts. The song's lighthearted sound belied its more serious lyrical content, which critiqued the music industry. Some critics praised its cleverness, while others dismissed it as a novelty. Regardless, Stuck in the Middle with You has endured, often featured in movies and TV shows. Fun fact, the song was famously used in Quentin Tarantino's film Reservoir Dogs during a particular intense scene, giving it a new lease on life and introducing it to a new generation of fans. Wow, what a trip down memory lane! If you enjoyed this journey through the greatest one-hit wonders of the 70s, make sure to subscribe and share this video with your friends. And don't forget to leave a comment telling us which one-hit wonder is your all-time favorite. Until next time, keep the music alive and stay groovy.